Okay, so Motivational Reminder done properly without any kind of glitch or bug, whatever it may be. I'm sure that'll be patched out anyway soon in the future. So this is a long one. It's not too difficult. There's a decent strategy to it, and I'm doing my best to get this down. Like, honestly, I really do not care about YouTube and 10-minute videos and stuff. I'm trying to get it under 10 minutes, but it's one of those things. So we run straight up to the top of the building and we're going to weld this off, a little bit like the cars with the alarms, but I assume this is legitimate this time. I don't know if they're going to try and remake the game or change it so that you can't weld the tanks off, but here we go. So I'm overusing planks in this. I get a little bit arrogant with them, so you probably want to use one plank per track and try and make sure that you're minimizing it as much as possible. I think because I've done this a few times, I thought I'm just so good I can start firing planks out. You really need planks for this one. Now there's nothing else we can cut off this tank as far as I'm aware without it blowing up, so we have to kind of squeak it down here. Be really careful like that. I have no idea how I got away with it, but we're going to try and squeak it down here as carefully as we can. So the video speed is obviously faster now, and I'll do that a lot in this video to try and keep the time as short as possible, but you want to edge it down there as much as possible, just tapping the direction just to drag it. All of these stairs you can use planks on. I'm trying not to use planks on it here as much as possible, but if you lift it too far off the ground and it falls, it will explode, especially on these larger tanks. They're too heavy for you to raise off the ground, but they're heavy enough to slam really hard. These steps, again, if you're willing to spend the time, you can get them down here, especially just use one plank. I don't know what I'm doing with this, like I just got a bit crazy. Especially this, like just one plank and really slow. You can do it without planks, but yeah, I'd already done this a few times before and I was happy to tear through it. So we ease this down as much as possible, and on this version of this I'm going to use the boat as much as possible, this fishing boat. So the boat position is kind of good, because if you really Austin powers it out, like you really do have to be slow. It turns better on reverse than it does forward without clipping the back end. You do want to take a little bit of the back edge out. Don't clip the escape boat, because even though it doesn't seem to react, it will tear through this fishing boat and you'll be kind of sinking. You'll see at the end with this that this boat is actually at the limit really with me. So we clear out the back of the boat, because you don't want anything rolling around, because it will blow the tanks up. I mean, the tanks will kind of blow up themselves sometimes too, so it's one of those things. And it's better having the corner just like this. You don't want the full back of the boat. I mean, you can, but you don't need it. We're going to drag this guy onto the boat. Most of them you can just drag straight on. If you look up and hold up, it will slowly track up into your hands, into the hand icon, so you can actually lift them up. Now I reckon 3 planks is optimum for this. As I say, I don't know what I'm doing with planks. I feel like I've maybe unlocked too many planks and I feel a bit like I can do what I want, but really 3 planks to get those on. Quick save before, quick save after you move, and you should be alright. 1 plank down the middle of this, 2's a bit excessive, and you are going to want to try and blow this part here, this green room, up as much as possible. We're going to try and drop the tank down here and take it out the front door. Again, bombs are your friend. Be really careful in the bedroom where the tank is in, because they're like really happy to blow up. There's definitely something in that room that explodes when you shoot it, so just be careful. I usually aim down there and then I cut my way through on this one. And you'll notice me quick saving more than usual on this. I haven't really edited them out that much, but like just quick save unless you want to spend a long time with it. I think I'm on some kind of record somewhere for like how many times I save games. I'm an actual save scummer to the worst extreme that you could imagine normally in single player. But that's just me, and I'm trying to improve. I'm trying to be better, but it does help on this one. And again, clear these up, but if you can't be bothered, you don't need many bombs, so just use your bombs to blow it up. It's probably better to do it before the planks are down, but just blast your way through. And this is why we save scum, because it only takes one slip and you're dead. So keep your saves as much as possible, unless, as I say, you're trying to one-shot it for some kind of hero badge, or you kind of want to spend a lot of time on the mission. So these ones are smaller, and if you look up you can drag them, but just be really careful when you move. They do drop really quickly and you can clip them on the bottom of stuff. As I say, one plank's good. And we take this fellow all the way over here onto the barge, and again 3 planks to secure it in position is plenty. If you quick save it and move and they blow up, just put one more plank on, but I really start to run out of planks on this one. And now we're going to go on what I'd like to call a grand tour of the island. So we're going to go around the island clockwise and basically pick up bombs and shove them onto the boat. So we get to the blue tide, and this is where it's really good to have this broken right hand, like back right hand edge, because we're going around the island clockwise, so every edge is just going to tuck onto here, and it's really easy. You don't have to reverse and mash stuff up. So carefully cut this one off, and this is another small one, so we can pretty much grab it and stick it straight onto the boat. So welding it off, the top is where you're likely to mess up. Just smash this stuff out the way and then just walk it straight over to the boat. Again, looking up to lift it, but you are better trying to drag it with the valve or whatever it is at the top. Because, man, just take it steady, because you're going to spend more time if you try and blow them up. That's the lesson I've learned with this game. And then once again I use 5 planks, 6, 7 planks when I should use 3 max. I'm just getting a bit cocky, I think. Thinking I've got like 70 planks, but they use up quite quickly once you've attached loads of these. So we drive around to the other side of the blue tide. I mean, you could stay where you were, but you know, why not? And we'll start speeding things up massively here with some quick edits, but reverse it back over, jump out, and we're going to take the next large tank. For this one you do need to use the odd plank. I have no idea why that tree breaks, but we're going to have to use the odd plank to get it on board because it's a large tank and we can't do anything with it. So clear all the crap out of your way. This whole thing does need to be cleared, so it's worth a bomb. I'm not just being lazy like usual. 1 plank, not 2. You get your rubbish out of the way, and then you know the drill. You're going to chop this guy out. We're going to drag him all the way back carefully. I'm going to shove him on the barge. So we'll speed this one up a little bit. And 3 planks, not 27 like I'm kind of up for doing. I think at this point I kind of look at my plank count and just go, whoa, nearly ruined it. Oh no, I don't. I decide to use every single plank ever. Okay, and you'll notice me save scumming it because I finally betrayed who I really am. And we go around to this one, which is the second to last one we need, and we're just going to grab it out of the buildings and shove it onto the back of the fishing boat as well. But you do have to break the planks that you've used as a ramp. And again, use the edge. It's absolutely not worth your time reversing and being fancy with it. This is the exact moment when I realise I have no planks. Because I use 2 here and think, uh-oh. You do need to blow out the wall on this one. I've never had an issue with it like detonating the tank or anything like that. You just clear the wall out basically. and then you drag it all the way over. So again, we'll speed this one up and we'll stick that on the boat. And there's me using one plank now because I am plank poor. Cruise ourselves around to the conservatory glass house, and you can be super cheeky on this one and just reverse it right up to it. Blow a hole through the window, the wall, and here I've realised completely with the planks, I just use one plank and drag it down. It's pretty easy. I think in the first bit that I showed you me blowing up, I didn't have to use a quick save just from being slow with these barrels, but it's really worth doing. You chop the last one out, get that out of the way, and then here's where I quick save it because I only have 2 planks, so I mean it's not the most intense moment, but when you've got 2 left it kind of is, because otherwise I'd be doing a long walk with this. And jump down. And then drag this onto the boat, and then although I said that was the last one, obviously I was wrong. We cruise the boat around the side and we go to the last one. Now on this one there's currently a glitch. The top of the tank is stuck inside the blue tarp, I assume it's supposed to be. If you tap the top of the tarp, when it breaks it will count this bomb as having been exploded without setting an alarm off and count it already. So I'm showing you this because it will at some point get patched out, and this is the proper way of doing it. However, if you do hit the top part, you will be able to get that one at least until it's patched out. So at some point that won't happen, but otherwise here we are, they're all stuck on the boat, and we're going to drive it right next to the escape boat. There are 2 ways of doing this. You can stand where I just was and you can shoot the lighthouse, or you can do what I'm about to do, which is to go all the way up to the top of the edge of the map. Now you don't need to go in this building, I just love this run and I got away with myself and stand here. This makes the shot a lot easier for everything, so I'd recommend going here. Quick save it, and the position you want to stand in is in line with this, so just to the right of that bit of the mortar in the bricks, and you aim above the lighthouse, just slightly above the peak, and to the left. In this position, shoot the back or wherever you got from the tank, shoot those and drop down, and that's it. Like the actual bit where the alarm goes off is super easy. It's like a 40-minute job setting this up. So there you go. Nice, quick, easy finish, but it does take a lot of prep, but it's a fun one to do.